Good Friday evening to you there. I'm Philadelphia Metro Weather's meteorologist Mike Griffith on this 6th of December 2013 as we get closer to the Christmas holiday. Lots of you are going to be out traveling on the roads and wondering what the weather's going to be over this coming weekend. We're not getting that close to Christmas yet, but there is definitely some significant weather going on in our country. You can find the cold front out here along this stretch of the enhanced infrared satellite picture. You can see really cold ground out here in southern Canada and out in the Rockies right here. This is very cold temperatures that the enhanced infrared satellite is picking up here. You can see how it doesn't move. That's very cold air. In fact, out in Montana this morning, I'm not quite sure what city it was, but they had a temperature of 24 below for a cold temperature, for a low temperature rather, excuse me. So as there's a tight gradient here across much of the United States between this cold air mass and the very warm and sultry air mass in the southeast and even up through Hampton Roads. This is where I live right here in Newport News. And I was outside for a walk today and I was sweating pretty good. The high today was up in the 70s and I actually have both windows open so I can sleep at night and I'm not too warm. Okay, so what is this big mess right here? Let's take a look. Bear with me here as we traverse the Penn State E-wall. Okay, across much of the eastern part of the United States, we have a lot of precipitation going on right here. Down in Louisiana, we have the upper 30s as temperatures. Up in Arkansas, we have the lower 20s. In fact, one of my friends on Facebook, she was posting a bunch of snow pictures across Arkansas here, and it's a pretty significant snow. I want to say about 6 inches or so, but not quite sure. Big batch of rain here in Tennessee and Kentucky up to the Ohio River Valley. Raining up through much of Pennsylvania. Norfolk right now, this is basically my closest station, 72 degrees, and it's pretty warm here. So the front looks like it's through here right now actually, but it's kind of hung up. So let's jump to the models here. You're probably wondering what it's going to do this weekend. So bear with me here for a second while I bring this up. This is my first time using the software and I'm trying to get used to it. Okay, this is a big chunk of energy out here in the West Coast starting to dig in on Sunday. But watch the East Coast over here. This lower panel down here in the bottom right is precipitation. And a lot of it starts to creep up into Pennsylvania. But you see this black line right here and this surge and this dotted red line right here and this surge? That's the model indicating, which is the GFS right here, that this is going to be warm air. So my first impression is going to be that this event is going to be mostly rain. Now this is Monday morning at 7 a.m. so it looks like it's going to be a rain and maybe not even that cold of a rain at that. But let's back this up a little bit here to Sunday evening at 7 o'clock in the evening. And this 540 line, which is the critical thickness in meteorology, we call this the 540 decameter line, which means that you want to have this line fairly well to the south of you, and it's not in this case. And this is the critical rain snow thickness line. It's not 100% accurate. It's not to be taken as gospel, but this is the line that you want to have well to your south, and this is going to be to your north actually on Sunday evening. So what does that mean? What I'm thinking is that even the sleet line and the wintry mix is going to be up in the mountains of Pennsylvania. And anything south of that, especially south and east, more towards Philadelphia and Jersey, is going to be rain. So I would say that there's going to be probably a chance of sleet in the beginning, maybe a little bit of wintry mix, but it's going to quickly change over to rain. And that is pretty much what's going to happen with this system as it skates out of here on Tuesday. There it goes. It's heading up into the Canadian Maritimes. And look at this. This big chunk of energy over most of the United States, or the northern half anyway, comes in on Tuesday morning. So some chilly air behind it. You can see with the 540 line right here, comes right over top of Philadelphia. And let's follow that line out into the future. It looks like it turns cold again, really cold here by Thursday morning at 7 a.m. So a cold low temperature is probably likely Thursday a.m. So not a whole lot to worry about here as far as this storm goes. It's going to be mostly rain for the Philadelphia area. We'll be fine. Down here in Hampton Roads, it's going to be warm and sticky, relatively speaking for December, but maybe I'm just not used to that yet. So that's really it. Nothing to worry about. Going to be winter time after this system moves out on Thursday morning. that's pretty much everything from me. From Hampton Roads, Virginia, I am meteorologist Mike Griffith for Philadelphia Metro Weather.